you can sort of just see what they're doing and it makes sense. Although it's a good level for learning a basic car mechanics like drifting and taking boosts efficiently. Okay, and they're starting. Gives the stream a little bit ahead, but I think they'll be able to sync that up.
And remember, it's the top two versing each other and the bottom two versing each other. As you can see, the gist of this track is just boost and drift.
You can already see Giz do a technique that's everywhere in this run, which is chaining boosts together to try to keep that speed that you have for as long as possible. You'll see him saving blue balloons for specific times so that he's able to use them to get the most possible speed for as long as possible.
And here you see Giz do a trick we call canyonless. You take that blue balloon, go on the zipper, and then
you take the hard part is getting the blue balloon and getting onto the zipper with a good angle to line up for the jump, and then that's only the first part. Then you have to have a jump into the canyon area and not get destroyed, which is easier said than done. Giz makes it look easy, but it is not easy to do that.
Yeah,
quickly.
It is actually a very difficult trick to pull off. It does look easy, but it is not.
Hundreds of hours of practice will make it look easy, but it's not.
See, even the best of players mess it up. He just got that angle right there, and then he messed around for some reason.
Yeah, and you can see like CoyConrad, maybe it's hard to tell, but he definitely cut some of his boosts there. He gave himself an easier time lining up for the balloon. If you go YOLO there, it's much easier to get destroyed because of the slope physics in this game. If you have like any decent amount of speed going over a slope and you're not like prepared for it, there's a good chance you're just going to go flying like off in some direction you would have never expected, off to the side, into the wall, whatever. This game's physics can get pretty crazy.
Yeah, it can definitely happen.
You can have it on this level. If you mess up on the bridge part, you can go flying off to the side and like miss the entrance to the tunnel.
Oh yeah, that has happened to me before.
Yes.
More times than I would like to admit. It actually happened to me in a PB pace run on my race.
Oh, that's too bad. Okay, and now there's the first out of bounds of the game. By timing a barrel roll with a balloon, you can get enough speed to go under the floor and out of bounds. And once you're there, you know, there's nothing in the way. All you have to do, be concerned with, is hitting these checkpoints. So you'll see him fly rapidly between the bottom right and upper left corners, not really caring about anything else.
Yeah, this game is checkpoint based, and the arrows you see are an indicator for these checkpoints.
Yeah, and CoyConrad getting the clip too, but Javeliin, as you said, not going for it. It's actually pretty neat though. I almost never get to see inbounds Hot Top Volcano in these races. It's kind of neat.
Trophy race. Whale Bay.
And Giz with the first hover track, he's using a technique right here that you see called snaking. You just go back and forth and exploit the mechanic of the how it makes you go faster when you turn.
Yeah, it's sort of to make it more forgiving to play hover. They made it so that if you're turning, at least while holding R, you go faster. And so you can sort of abuse that by just holding R the whole race and constantly doing slight turns back and forth.
Yeah, and the boost on hover, you can actually get like amazing boost, and it's very satisfying.
Yeah, getting these boosts is harder than it looks. Unlike car, if you go into a boost and you're not facing completely in the direction of the boost, there's a very noticeable pause while the boost turns you to line it up. It's a lot more noticeable if you go into it like at a really bad angle, but if you go into a hover boost and you're not completely lined up straight, it's a significant time loss, I think.
Yeah, it's really laggy boost, and every time it happens, you kind of die. It's like, you see how these boosts, it's just like, it like is the equivalent of that. It's the equivalent of that, except instead of that, you just lose that. That's the same amount of time that saves you, you lose it.
Yeah, it's very noticeable in plane too, as we might see later on.
Oh yeah.
Again, that does not happen in car, which is why you'll see people drifting into boost, turning into boost. Doesn't matter. These ground zippers don't care.
The only time ground zippers are a real hassle is when they're in spots that are like feel like they're RNG to get like in that one in Star City.
Oh yeah, well it's not exactly RNG, but there's some boosts that can be very annoying to get consistently for various reasons. The one you're talking about in Star City, yeah, like if you come out of this tunnel over the boost, but if you don't do anything specifically to prevent it, you'll be going just fast enough that you sort of pop over the boost slightly, so you don't actually hit it. And there's a few cases like that where you kind of need to either slow down slightly to guarantee that you hit the boost, or sometimes just YOLO and hope you get it.
Yeah, but it's just so hard. It's just so hard to hit that you never know when you're gonna hit it, and you just feel like, and it's just like, it just kind of feels like RNG.
I guess you should try. Do you let go of A like before you before that boost? If you slow down enough, you can. Yeah, it obviously sucks because you don't want to slow down more than you absolutely have to, but it sucks more not getting the boost. So I usually just slow down. All right, on to Treasure Caves. Very fast, very inconsistent track. Giz has expressed multiple times this is his least favorite car track in the run. And for good reason. There's several strats you can go for to try to link boosts together and go as fast as possible, but none of them are particularly consistent.
Yeah, it's a very unforgiving track. At first I did not understand his hatred for it, but as time went on and I started getting better, I started to understand.
Yeah, it's one of those things that makes more sense the more time you put into car and sort of see how you're able to find consistent strats for other levels like that, but not that one.
And Giz now on my most hated track.
Ooh, one of my favorites. I used to hate this track though. Oh, and there's the ground zipper. Oh yeah, I forgot to explain that. As plane, you can quite often go faster than intended by using ground zippers as the plane. And this has the added benefit that you don't have to care too much what angle you're going over the zipper, unlike with the zippers that are actually in the air. And with Everfrost Peak, it just so happens that there are enough boosts that, combined with barrel rolling, in theory, you never actually have to press A after you hit the first boost. The track is short enough and there's enough boost that you can just let go of A the whole time, which is far faster. You actually, when you're at boost speed, holding A is a disaster, or pressing A even. It will immediately lower your speed dramatically in the plane. So you really don't want to press A unless you have to. Unless your speed's about to fall below the normal flying speed, I guess.
Yeah, but the difficult thing is it's hard to do that when you are not quite good at playing yet. So.
Yeah, it's a very difficult bridge to gap, right? Because when you first start, there's no way you're going to be able to do that. But you need to start building the habits of pressing A as little as possible. So that's one of the reasons why new players often struggle with playing a lot.
Yeah, I
There's
still.
sort of a minimum threshold of skill that you have to have before it even feels fun to play I think.
I actually only hate the two plane tracks ever, Frost Peak and Windmill Pains. I'm actually fine with the other ones.
You like Space Dust Alley?
Actually, yeah, I'm actually fine with it.
Well, the Out of Bounds ones are a different story, but I happen to think Space Dust Alley is extremely difficult, and I don't know. I don't like it as much as Everfrost. All right.
I don't know. I'm actually just kind of good at Space Dust for someone at my level. It's actually kind of weird.
Maybe it was all the PV attempts.
Yeah, it's all the
Space Dust
resets.
Alley attempts.
It's all the resets.
Yeah.
It's all the resets.
Yeah. People often joke that when you do runs starting in FFL, it's really you're just doing Space Dust Alley IL attempts. Because the level is so hard that you'll just reset over and over trying to get a good one.
Fair enough. That's pretty much it.
So this top race is very close between CoyConrad and Javeliin. It looks like Javeliin is slowly making up the time that he lost by not doing the Hot Top Volcano clip.
Yeah, he is definitely an admirable player for being able to make up that time of not doing a clip and managing to keep up against someone who is doing a clip.
Giz doing Snowball Valley. This level is a decent example of how you're able to control. I didn't point it out earlier, but how you're able to control your car's trajectory while you're in the air. Actually, Frosty Village is another good example of that. Watch when he does the boost here to go down the hill. He's able to, it's more pronounced in the second and third lap, but you are able to sort of control where you go once you get in the air with the car. The movement is a little tricky, but you can abuse it to, like, say you can like tap down to stay airborne for longer. You don't want to hold down because it'll kill your speed. But okay, so he goes the boost. He's tapping down to stay in the air for a decently long time, and you can just get down the hill much faster that way.
Yeah, if you tap down and hold down, there's actually a notable difference from doing so. Notable difference between keeping your speed and losing it.
Yeah, if you just experiment with this level is a great place to experiment because the boost is right at the start. If you want to try out the figuring out what's fast and what's not with air movement in the car. Air movement in the car is very difficult to do consistently, I think. I still struggle with it, trying to put it in more places.
Yeah, and Giz now finishing up Snowflake Mountain, moving on to Dragon Forest, and the final hover track of this run, Boulder Canyon, which is not a canyon at all, and there's no boulders, so...
Yeah, I mean, you're right. It does look kind of like a canyon, I guess, at least parts of it.
Yeah, I mean...
And you saw how Giz actually bonked the wall there, but it didn't slow him down. Bonking in hover is a little different than bonking in car or plane. It's actually perfectly okay to bonk in certain situations, and it doesn't slow you down.
As long as you're not bonking like straight forward in front of you, you
can't
are
bonk right in
perfect.
front of you, but yeah.
Yeah, as
Like,
long
you
as
saw
you
that.
don't do that, you're perfectly fine.
You saw what he did. He sort of he boosts and turns and slams his side against the wall, and he keeps his speed, but the bonk sort of moves him to a more favorable position. Not something that you could really do effectively as another vehicle.
Yeah, I mean, bonking in another
Cover's just
vehicle
weird.
destroys you, especially in plane.
Yeah, hopefully we don't see that, but bonking in plane is quite bad. Especially if you boost and then right after that you bonk.
Yeah, bonking in plane, it costs you 5 seconds every bonk. Like, it's brutal, man. It's brutal.
Yep.
That's why Space Dust Alley is considered the hardest track. You'll see why once we get to it.
Alright, so CoyConrad finishing up Snow, and now Javeliin's done.
Yeah, they're both pretty even
so
right
still a
now.
very close race, these top two. And yeah, the bottom two sort of giving you an idea of he said this himself, it's like if a normal person tried to play against an Olympic athlete, and you sort of see the difference.
I mean, I would say bluesaint is still a bit better than a lot of casual players.
Oh yeah, I'm not calling him a casual. Actually, he gave you permission to make that comment. I think he sort of thinks the same thing, but it's a fun matchup still to see. Like I said, it gives you a very good idea of just how much work this is put into this game.
Yeah, he is actually pushed the windmill planes out of bounds to actually making it viable in runs, and you will see probably you will see it coming up unless you actually.
Oh yeah, that's right. So this is going to be going for an out of bounds here, the third out of bounds in the run. The other two being Hot Top Volcano and Spaceport Alpha. But unlike those, this out of bounds is far more difficult. Both the clip and the staying out of bounds afterwards, both far more difficult than the other two. So for that reason, you will see a lot of people that start off playing this game. They'll do the other clips, but they won't do this one until much later.
Yes, it's a very difficult clip. It's not recommended to even learn it till you get around the 26 or so. Like, it's very difficult. One of the most difficult things to do in this entire game. There's only one clip I can think of that is more difficult, and that would be Stowe City out of bounds. That one Stowe City clip that you are considered a god if you get.
Yeah, there's quite a few other out of bounds that you can do, like as plane in levels that are not in ATR because it's not the default vehicle for the track. So I can't say how hard those are, but of the clips that you do in this run, Windmill Plains is like 10 times harder than the other two.
Yeah, it's very difficult. There are some other strats for it, like a level 3 blue balloon strat that makes it easier, but it's still difficult nonetheless.
Yeah. And it looks like, yeah, CoyConrad and Javeliin only seconds apart.
It's very impressive how Javeliin is able to keep up with CoyConrad after not doing any clips.
But do remember that if that's true, then when it gets to Spaceport Alpha, CoyConrad, assuming he gets the clip, is going to save a lot of time on Javeliin. So in order for Javeliin to have a chance to take this, he actually needs to be decently ahead going into that level. Actually, I don't know if CoyConrad's going to go for Windmill Plains out of bounds. I wouldn't expect him to, but I don't know.
I think he's going to save it till after going under the... using it right here. Or...
It looks like he is, because he's saving his boost.
Oh, he's using it after that.
Oh, no, he's using it for this part, okay.
No, I have not seen it be used for that part.
When I saw him holding his boost, I assumed he was going to go for the clip.
That's
just his strategy, I suppose.
I actually hold the balloon and save it to chain it with that zipper.
Oh, I see. Okay.
after that windmill, so...
Yeah, okay, that's interesting. I don't go for the balloon on this section when I do inbounds. Yeah, so Giz making this track look a lot easier than it is. Oh, wow, what a bonk. That wall looked like it extended out to grab him. That was crazy. I actually can't believe he hit the wall there. Maybe he like started to roll, so like his wing hitbox. Your wing hitboxes are longer than they look. Like you look where the wings look like they are. They go maybe like 50% farther than that actually. So a lot of times it'll look like you're gonna barely scrape by something, but you actually slam right into it.
Yeah, I have run into many problems with that, but you saw how Space Dust Alley is. There's many places to bonk, and with many places to bonk and plane, each bonk costing you 5 seconds, it's a whole track to learn. And
oh, that's another. Those walls. Sometimes you can't really tell. Like you saw Giz do that drift boost there, and usually you're fine. But there's sometimes where it can really look visually like you should have gotten past the wall, but you'll slam into it and lose your speed. And that turn in particular is one place where that happens a lot. This actually, Darkmoon Caverns is notorious for bonks in car. There's a lot of places where it can happen.
Yeah, it's a really difficult car track.
Yeah, I would probably like this track more if you didn't spend a third of your time going on these loops.
Yeah, there's actually out of bounds here. You can actually do in car over at the loop-de-loops. I think Giz found it himself by accident by slipping on an oil slick.
Yeah, you could do some crazy car out of bounds on this track. I don't think we'll get to see it today, but
Andy actually did it.
Yeah, I was told Andy did it in his race.
Yeah, and he messed it up and got voided back to the start, unfortunately. But it's a very cool thing to see.
Yeah. Okay, so Javeliin actually taking a slight lead now with a slightly better windmill planes and Haunted Woods. So now we'll be seeing these two players go for Space Dust Alley, and if you remember like Giz's strats on this level, these are both sub 30 players, but this is a level where you can really see the difference in skill. Like these players are probably going to be playing this relatively safe because it's a race, and if you try to go fast in this level and you mess up, you just get destroyed.
They're actually doing a pretty even job.
Yeah, this is so close.
Oh,
And they're doing somewhat similar strategies too. Let's see. Javeliin goes between the lasers. Oh, they both do. Oh, CoyConrad barrel rolling a little bit too late. The laser hitboxes are very deceptive. You can sometimes think that you're going to barrel roll behind the ship and still get hit by it somehow.
Yeah, it's
CoyConrad with an unfortunate bonk, and you can see just how much time bonking and plane loses. These guys were neck and neck, and CoyConrad bonked one time, and now Javeliin is like 3 or 4 seconds ahead.
Yeah. It really showcases the difficulty of this track, the spaceship, the narrow
When I see
places.
someone, yeah. Sorry, go on.
The narrow places, all these things in this cave, I don't know what they are, but it's a cave thing. And with their wing hitboxes being as deceptive as they are, it's...
Alright, and so Giz is going to finish the race with the 24, I believe, unless he messes up the out of bounds, but I really don't think he will.
Yeah. And the reason for it being Japanese only is because, as you saw, there was no texture on the entry, and there was no collision. So, but that is patched up in every other version.
Wow, 56. That's crazy. So Giz finishing with the 24. Not too much of a surprise from our world record holder. It was a very excellent time by most people's standards, although I'm sure he's probably not happy with it himself. Holding yourself to an extremely high standard seems to be the only way that you can get far in this game.
Yeah, Giz is never happy unless he does as
He'll get times that are better than almost everyone's like individual level PBs in his ATR and say like, oh, that was terrible. That's just comes with it.
Yeah, he does that with everyone, and I'm like, come on, Giz. His standards for himself are so high.
Oh, thanks, Javi. I will refresh the stream.
And
oh, hey, and we get some music now.
I wonder who we're getting it from, CoyConrad or Javeliin?
It's CoyConrad, yeah. Yeah, I couldn't tell for a while there either. Because neither of them were like hitting anything that would make a distinct sound effect. Okay, so Javeliin is ahead. Let's see about how far. Because it's pretty important, because again, CoyConrad's going to be going for a clip that Javeliin is not. Okay, Javeliin is like 8 or 9 seconds ahead. He's going to have to hold on to that and hope that he has a very good inbounds spaceport alpha to make up for CoyConrad getting the clip, assuming he does get it.
And inbounds, spaceport alpha usually takes around a minute and
Minute 30 maybe? I don't actually know.
Minute, for me it's about minute 30 to minute 30 or so.
Okay. So, yeah, we can say that the clip maybe saves like 25-30 seconds, something like that. I don't know the exact details, but it saves more than what the difference is here. So Giz getting some Pipsy practice in while he waits. We will be seeing the legendary Giz Pipsy in the next race. Looks like.
And I think on his stream his mic would be off, so meaning that would be he can't you can't hear his Swedish cussing when he has to play Pipsy.
Alright, here we go. Javeliin is about 10 seconds ahead. The clip saves more than double that. Oh, Javeliin is going for the clip, I think. Oh, but he missed the balloon. Oh no, never mind. He was getting the shield, so it looked like he was doing the movement for the clip. I got confused. Oh, he didn't get shot somehow. Oh, and CoyConrad gets it. So...
If you actually go on the right side and not, if you don't go for the clip and go on the right side where the shoot things though.
Wait, hold on a second. CoyConrad might get a big PB. He might get a 28. I think he will if he doesn't mess up. He's gonna get a sub 29.
Oh, let's not jinx him.
Got the last checkpoint. There's one more. He gets it. And wow, congrats to CoyConrad. I believe he got a sub 29, unless his timer is off by a lot.
It was a 29:58, and he forgot to stop his timer. But it was 28:58.
But like, look at Javeliin. He's gonna get like a 140 something inbounds. So you can see that clip, even though Javeliin was playing at consistently around the same skill level, maybe higher in some parts, not doing that clip really hurts. Whoa. Oh, and now we're getting bluesaint's audio. Okay. But congrats to CoyConrad. Yeah,
that was a very good PB. Everyone there has been tons of PBs during this tournament.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I didn't choke mine. I'm still.
I think just about every entrant has PB'd, it seems, since the tournament started.
Yeah. During runs for practice and during tournament matches, there has been loads of PBs.
Oh, nice, and we get music during like one of the best tracks as well for the music.
Yeah. Dude, I love the Dark Moon Caverns music.
I like to think that they made this one of the longest tracks in the game so you could listen to it longer. There are some tracks where they're so short that you never get to hear like the entire song. Like Whale Bay, there's like actually a whole like bridge section that you never hear because you finish the level before it happens.
I forgot what it sounds like.
Yeah, I kind of did too. I just know that it happens if you idle for too. If you're in the level for like longer than a minute or so, minute 10, minute 20, maybe something like that. Anyway, it's far enough in that like even as a casual, it's not too hard to beat the level before it happens. Whoever was composing the track didn't know at the time, I guess, how long the level would be.
Or maybe they just assume that most people would not be able to complete it in that time. Probably complete it shortly after.
Right.
But it's pretty easy to get like but I've seen a lot of casual players get like 107s on Whale Bay.
Oh wait, did I say Grant Kirkhope wrote the music? It's David Wise. My mistake. For this game. I sometimes get them confused. They're like the two main rare soundtrack composers.
I don't remember you saying Grant Kirkhope.
Maybe I didn't say it, I just thought I did.
Oh.
I was wrong in my head in any case.
Yeah. As I recall, David Wise did a lot of the music for the Donkey Kong games, so...
Yeah, he's probably most known for DKC, especially DKC 2. That game had an absolutely amazing soundtrack.
I actually only played the first Donkey Kong Country.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I'm a casual, but I think DKC 2 is the best one in the series, so I would encourage you to try that.
Yeah, I don't really use emulators. I just don't have as much fun as consoles, so I never owned the Donkey Kong Country 2. I do own the first one though. I actually never beat it because I'm just really bad at it.
I mean, everyone's bad at that game, playing it casually. No, it's the old Nintendo hard kind of game. Alright. Well, bluesaint is doing a backflip for luck, and let's see if it pays off, because he's going to go for the clip now. Oh, he doesn't have a balloon, though. Maybe he's not going to go for the clip, then.
Yeah, if you're
I'm actually not sure he knows the clip.
He's actually playing on the PAL version, so he can't even do the clip.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. You're right. He can't do it.
Yeah, if you actually go on stay on the right side of where the shooty thingies are coming from, you don't even need the shield, you won't get hit. You could just take those boosts and chain them together. And
yeah, the shot, they shoot at specific heights, I think, so if you stay low enough, if you stay low on the right, you're fine usually.
Yeah,
But he is not doing that. Oh, wow.
they shoot high on the right, it seems, so if you stay like low to like kind of mid-level, you won't get hit.
Yeah, I don't know the inbound strats for this level, but I do know that about the lasers or whatever.
Yeah, since I use the American version, I do the inbounds. I think bluesaint is actually listening in because he is going on the right side. Yeah, but it's actually pretty easy to make that bonk right there when making that turn. Just gotta kind of have to turn earlier than you think you should.
Look at Pipsy handling in the hovercraft. That's ridiculous. I want to die watching that.
Oh my god, Pipsy and Hover.
Is it even worth snaking as Pipsy and Hover? Where's Nordic? I need to ask him. He's the master of Pipsy.
Yeah, he's the best Pipsy player.
I feel like your snaking would almost be too wide to make up time, but maybe it's still worth it. I don't know. I guess we'll see. I assume Giz knows at least somewhat what he's doing with Pipsy, even though he never plays the character very often. But I guess there's certain techniques that you should probably try to do differently when you're on lightweights, but I just don't know what they are.
I actually seen him do some Pipsy practice in his stream the other day, so he definitely is getting some practice to play this awful character. I don't think he really needs...
DKR Patty is pretty hover expert. He would probably know. It would be at rapid speed, he says. So you just have to... Oh, that would like destroy your thumb, huh? Even more than normal hover.
Oh yeah. Like hover, if you play hover long enough, it will hurt your thumb.
Yeah, go practice, go do the Taj hover challenge a bunch of times in a row, learning snaking, and you will feel it.
Yeah, I was playing a lot of hover the other day, trying to get a sub 1 for Whale Bay in time trials. I did. But I was doing that and I was hurting my thumb a lot.
Yeah, I developed some calluses, I think, for hover. Actually, I had some like joint pain when I first started from the A tapping on car. I think it was the way I was gripping the controller, but for a while I thought like there's no way I can run this game because it like hurts my hand to play car, but that just like stopped happening at some point, so I don't know what changed.
Yeah, it does. I think I don't think Giz knows.
And Giz is practicing for when he wrong warps into adventure mode during this next race, and he's gonna have to do Icicle Pyramid. For those who don't know, losing at Icicle Pyramid as fast as possible is actually an important skill in this game, because it's used to trigger getting a trophy in adventure mode categories.
Yeah, it's the adventure mode categories are very interesting.
Yeah, if you've never seen those before, I would encourage you to watch 100% run, or if you don't have the patience, you can watch any percent.
Yeah, any percent is about a 40-minute one, so only about 10 minutes longer, 10-20 minutes longer than this.
Yeah, and there's a trick where you can beat Tricky, the dinosaur boss, much faster than intended by abusing some checkpoints, but it's rather inconsistent. And in a category as short as any percent, it makes the category even stupider than it already is, in my opinion. Sorry to anybody that really likes any percent.
As I heard, the tricky trick was RNG. It's like a 50-50 thing. But I don't actually run 100% or any percent. I only do ultra races. So I don't know the chances of all the RNG things.
Yeah, there's quite a few adventure mode specific things that you need to sort of learn if you want to get decent at those RTA categories. Well, anyway, I think that you should maybe try 100% sometime. If the thing is, if you've already got a decent, oh, they're starting. Okay.
And Giz with the Pepsi, I think he's already hating himself at this moment.
Well, let's wait till he gets to hover, baby. No, I think you're right. I think it doesn't. You don't have to. You have to play for 1 second on Pepsi before you regret your decision.
Oh no, he hates himself right now. When he gets to hover, he's gonna kill himself.
Yeah, but like the way that you have to drift on this character is so weird because her turn rate is ridiculous. You can see sort of turning in like little spurts, and he said it himself. He doesn't have like a ton of experience on this character, but it seems to me like you can already see like how you have to adjust your play style.
Yeah.
And he is doing a donut at the. I don't know why he's doing that. Okay.
Oh, he was letting bluesaint finish first.
Yeah, I can't think of any other reason why he would do that.
Oh, I think he's trying to make it more even with bluesaint.
But, yeah, I guess. I would imply he's watching the stream. I guess. That was quite an impressive canyon list for Pipsy. Wow, I didn't think she could get that much speed.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. When I was watching him play, I didn't think I think I see Pipsy.
When you do a break drift turn, look how ridiculously fast you turn. It's like a few frames and you're like did a 180 already. What is he gonna get, like a 105 with Pipsy or something?
And I bet he's gonna be complaining about how bad Pipsy is, and with just getting a time.
108 with Pipsy, that's pretty good. Wow.
That's better than mine with TT.
That's like I would. That's a time that would not be too horrible for me to have and run, and he gets it with Pipsy. Good player.
I think Giz is talking about how horrible he is at playing.
Well, you know that as impressed as we are with his Pipsy play, he probably wants to die. So.
Yeah. Wait till we get to have him. We probably will actually die.
Alright, well anyway, I guess we should look at some of the other players as well, although it's just too interesting to watch Giz play Pipsy. Okay, so, one thing you see CoyConrad doing is strategically using a shield. This is something you never have to worry about in time trials, but in ATR specifically, there are some tracks where the AIs will be in very annoying places, especially usually in lap 2, but sometimes lap 3, depends on the race. But like in Jungle Falls, there's a spot in the race where if you're going at a certain speed, the AIs will be there to block you, and they will be using shields. So you basically have a bunch of AIs with shields running around, and they're annoying obstacles. But you can grab a shield yourself and just use it at a good time and not have to worry about it at all. So.
And if you didn't know, running into a computer with a shield means you spin out.
Yeah, you skid out of control like you went over an oil slick. It can be really bad. On Jungle Falls, if you hit it at the wrong time, you can go like sliding into the lake at the beginning of the lap. Or something like that. It can be pretty annoying.
I remember Andy in one of his races spinning out from that and actually landing on one of the lily pads.
I've never seen that happen. That's funny.
Yeah, it was really funny. Yeah, we clipped it.
So CoyConrad is actually ahead of Giz because TT is just that good.
and Pipsy sucks.
And Pipsy is just that bad.
Whale Bay.
Well, what Hover now for Giz,
Oh,
and I think he.
Yeah, like look at the snaking. It's if you hold any direction while holding R on the control stick for more than like a few frames, she does like a 90-degree turn. It's so crazy. So you can, yeah, he's doing like little small. It's like what DKR Patty was saying. You just have to do very, very small, very fast turns.
Yeah, it's Pipsy. That's all. That's all I'm saying. I just.
It's Pipsy. Yeah, I guess because of the handicap, we might actually get a pretty hype three-way race.
Yeah. It's actually really close between all these players. Like,
Yeah.
it's pretty interesting to see.
Pirate Lagoon.
Pirate Lagoon is one of those stages where you just learn how to make your boost work well, and it's a great way to practice in hover.
Yeah, it's when you need to practice making sharp turns in hover, I think this is the track that sort of teaches you that.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Especially, it teaches you how to abuse brake turning and hover, which if you brake at the same time that you're doing an R, holding R and turning as hover, as long as you're careful with it, you can make very sharp turns without losing hardly any speed. It's a very important technique to master, especially in this level. Although I don't think that it's that good on Pipsy, probably, because the character already turns so sharply. But on
Yeah,
TT, very important.
Yeah, you just saw Giz not even go for it. Just turn normally. With
Yeah, I can't see his inputs, but I'm assuming he's not brake turning, because I think that would be overdoing it on this character.
Yeah, he's not even doing it.
Yeah, so Giz lost like 20 seconds on that track alone, just from playing Pipsy.
It's tragic what Pipsy can do to you.
But, you know, it's he's making the race more entertaining for everybody, so...
It is, and we get to make fun of Pipsy, so that's also a plus.
Well, this sort of showcases to everybody just why everyone uses TT. Like, obviously, there are characters that are more comparable to TT, like Banjo, for example, but he really is just head and shoulders above like anyone else.
Yeah, there's Drumstick can actually be better in plane if on the right track. Yeah, because his barrels are faster.
Yeah, I did forget, that is an exception. Drumstick in plane is not bad, but it's not. It would never be worth using him in an ATR run because there's only 5 plane tracks, and he's not even faster in plane on every track. It's only some of them.
That is very true. You would only really use him in certain time trials tracks.
Giz and Javeliin getting around the same CI time, 1:16.
Yeah.
I want to see how he does this level on Pipsy.
Yeah, and like it's really close between Giz and Javeliin. Like if those two were actually racing each other right now.
Oh yeah, again for should probably restate that. This is game 2 and it's the top 2 are racing and the bottom 2 are racing. It's not actually a 4-way race, even though that's what it looks like. There's just 2 races were scheduled at the same time.
Yeah, and we made a 4-way.
So you don't have to worry about Giz losing to Javeliin or CoyConrad because of picking Pipsy, because he's actually racing against bluesaint. Alright. Wow, look at that sync.
Dude.
Alright, so CoyConrad on to Everfrost Peak. And let's see how he does. This track can be very punishing.
If I could... This track, I hate it too.
Okay, so he's not going for the ground zipper. That's fine. That's a much easier strat and not that much slower. Oh,
yeah.
Although I don't like saving up 2 boosts like that, but maybe he doesn't always do that.
Going for the ground zipper in the cave is something that a lot of...
Ooh, I think the controller must have eaten his input or something. He was definitely trying to barrel roll over that. But
yeah.
then, because it didn't go off, he just like flew into it and it looked stupid. But that's what happens in plane. And then his head hit the... That was weird. That was a weird collision.
Yeah. Both of them are definitely a common thing. Especially the thing eating your input. You have no idea how annoying that is.
It's not as bad as when you... Even worse than that is when it does a backflip instead of a barrel roll.
Oh my god, yeah, when that happens...
It's one of the most triggering things in this whole game.
Yeah, I just want to die when that happens.
Yeah, like that and like boosting into a wall as plane are probably like 2 of the worst things you can experience.
Yeah, especially when you do like a flip instead of a barrel roll, when it makes you do that. When you're trying to go into the out of bounds.
Yeah, it happens at a time that really messes you up. I have to say, even though they're not actually racing each other, I'm really enjoying watching the Javeliin versus Giz race. Like the skill difference and then the difference in character speed are like actually match up really closely. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah. This was a tournament between all 4 of them, then CoyConrad would be winning this one.
Yeah, I think Giz probably would not have picked Pipsy in that case.
Yeah. But
yeah.
also...
CoyConrad is... Yeah, you're right. CoyConrad's decently far ahead. He's like a lap ahead, it looks like. Over a lap ahead.
Giz was just sitting there.
Or no, he's not. He's actually less than a lap ahead, but still. Yeah, I really like the music in this track. It's about the only thing I like about Walrus Cove.
I like Walrus Cove when you get a good one.
Huh. Yeah, I guess.
I think he was
it's
trying
good
to...
having a nice PB so that you can stop playing the track. No, it's not that bad. I'm actually okay with it.
I have a love-hate relationship with Walrus Cove. It's like, I love it when I'm doing good on it. It feels amazing. But when I have a bad one, I just want to die, and I hate the track. That's
sort of how I feel about the Snow Trophy race in general. I feel like there's some of like the most difficult and like most inconsistent tracks in the run, but it feels really good when you can pull it off well.
Yeah, pretty much. And I just hate Everfrost Peak. That's the only thing I will hate about the Snowflake Mountain Trophy as a whole.
I will just say that the Everfrost Peak gets a lot more fun. Like that's one of the tracks that just I think it's more fun the better you get at it. Up to a certain point. I think maybe once you get to the very top, it's probably annoying to grind, but when you can actually pull off laps without pressing A, it feels really good.
Yeah, not pressing A, that sums up this entire game. Dude, he's getting destroyed by that snowball.
Oh, yeah.
That causes a real snowball effect.
Oh, drifting right between the balloons. I felt that one.
I know, I already...
He's reversing into the...
He's just goofing
Yeah,
around.
he is having a lot of fun right now.
Or, I don't know if fun would be the right word, considering he's playing Pepsi.
He's at least making sure that the viewers are having fun. Oh, what?
Oh my god!
I can't believe what I just saw.
I have never seen that.
I heard the sound, but like I never thought a million years that that would actually. That was pretty good.
I have never seen that before. I was not expecting that.
Wow.
That was just a weird missile right there.
Actually getting hit by a homing missile in this game, it never happens. Unless you're like right in front of the AI and they just shoot you point blank. It's like, that's like the only time that getting shot is ever a thing.
Yeah, the only time I ever get shot is basically in...
Oh, what's this kid doing?
Oh my god.
Hover strats when he's in the car.
He's going for a swim.
He really needed those extra balloons. Now he's up to 13. Too bad the extra 3 don't do anything, but you know, he has them still.
Alright, I think he's just having fun. He's going, he's not even going, the way, we usually go.
Yeah, for those watching, this is not a strategy. Don't do this.
Yeah, I would not recommend doing this in one.
Oh my god.
He's just swimming to the pole, oh my god.
This is some legendary disrespect.
I
know it's all in good fun, but it's... Well, anyway, I guess we should be watching Javeliin vs. CoyConrad, but it's too distracting watching his put on a show for everybody with Pipsy.
Yeah, this is a good one. This is...
I still can't believe he got hit by a homing missile. That's still like the most ridiculous thing to me, that actually hit him. It was like around a corner too.
Yeah, I have never seen that before. I was not expecting that. He's going around there. Oh my. He's just not caring. And CoyConrad is ahead of
yeah, he's
Javeliin
ahead.
by...
Let's see. He started at 1729. Let's see how far ahead he is. Again, Javeliin will need to pull off a decent lead by the time they get to Spaceport Alpha to have any chance. He's about 12 seconds behind right now. Oh, getting bullied off the zipper. It might have been hard to see, but that was actually not... He didn't really make a mistake there. That's just Diddy pushed him to the left enough that he missed the zipper. It's unfortunately fairly common at the beginning of this track for the AIs to be mean to you.
Diddy, he thinks this is all his, but...
Yeah, Diddy's in every race, I think, so he's like, statistically, he's the most likely one that's going to be messing you up. But there's certain characters seem to always be in the way. Like Crunch. I don't know why Crunch is always in the way.
I never had Crunch in my way. It's usually... For me, it's always Diddy, Pepsi, and Tip Top for me.
We've switched to Giz's audio. I was confused for a second.
Yeah.
Oh, and he does have music on. Okay. I guess it would be a little silly to have music off to save time when you're playing Pipsy, so that makes sense. Although, I could imagine also just leaving it off if you're used to it. Having the music off in this game does save time, like 10 to 15 seconds maybe in ATR. The exact amount is not completely certain. because it mostly affects lag, which can have somewhat unpredictable effects on just how you do the tracks. It can particularly affect certain boosts, and like how much speed you get from them, how fast your speed goes away, that kind of thing.
Yeah, that is very true. It is music affecting Nintendo 64 games is present not just in this game. Like you see it in Mario Kart. Like that's the reason why music is off in the multiplayer mode in this game and that game. Like it reduces the lag so it runs better. Both Javeliin and CoyConrad still very. Oh, Javeliin accidentally doing a backflip there. Both of them still
backflip
very
for luck.
close.
Let's hope it pays off.
Windmill planes.
Oh yeah, is he gonna do the out of bounds with Pipsy? This will be fun to see. Looks like he
no.
is. He's setting up for it.
I imagine it would be harder to do the out of bounds with Pipsy.
Seems like getting the clip. Okay, well, you got the clip. I was gonna say, I can imagine once you're out of bounds, it's not particularly hard to do that movement. I can imagine the clip itself being different enough,
Yeah.
like being different enough to be a problem. Obviously not different enough to give Giz any problems, though. He's a veteran at this track, to be sure.
Yeah, he is the one that made windmill planes out of bounds a viable thing in runs. It used to be not considered viable because of difficulty, but it was Giz made it easier. He came up with a triple balloon strat
Haunted woods.
that made it easier.
Okay, so CoyConrad has about a 5-second lead on Javeliin. So again, Conrad is going to be doing a Spaceport Alpha clip and save like maybe even 30 seconds, at least based on what we saw last time. So Javeliin needs to hope that he can build up a decent lead in the first 3 FFL tracks, which is possible. Space Dust Alley in particular could be very punishing, but I don't think he's going to get that much of a lead.
CoyConrad did have a bit of a rough Space Dust Alley last one, so
Yeah, that's true.
it is possible for him to, very possible for him to improve on that this one.
Seems to me like Javeliin is a little bit more comfortable in plane in general, but the fact that he doesn't do the clips means that overall his plane tracks are a lot slower. But for inbounds ones, like this one, it doesn't matter.
Trophy race. Space Dust Alley.
I wonder why he actually doesn't do the clips, because I don't think it's out of his reach to do so. Maybe he's just not comfortable doing them.
Maybe he just really likes the inbounds. Even though I know the windmill planes out of bounds clip, I don't usually do it in runs or races because I just hate it. So maybe Javeliin just feels that way about all the clips.
No, that could be it. Oh, and CoyConrad bonking right there.
Yeah, 140. This is a tough track. Actually, they both got 140.
Yeah, it was.
Whoa! That tree actually saved Giz from a really painful bonk. Whoa! Okay, that was definitely intentional. That was really cool. He bonked into the tree, which shoved him to the left, and then he missed the lip of the tunnel that he was about to bonk on. So it was actually like he traded a bonk for a not as bad bonk.
It was very interesting. I haven't had that kind of bonk. I wish.
And he let go of A, I think, because he thought he was going to hit the boost, and then didn't. That's another painful thing in playing. It's when you're like, I'm going to hit this boost, so I got to let go of A, and then you don't hit the boost, and when you let go of A in plane, you lose your speed pretty fast.
Yeah, that happens to me a lot in the Everfast Peak cave boost.
I don't know, maybe he was also just slow because it's Pipsy. It just visually looked like that's what was happening.
Yeah.
Alright, on to Bonk Moon Caverns for 3 out of these 4 players now.
I wonder if Giz will go for that out of bounds on this track.
Yeah, I wonder.
I saw him try to go for the out of bounds and Wallace Cove.
He's getting an oil slick. Is he going to try to...
You actually don't really need an oil slick, you just need to bonk on it. Yeah.
Oh, never mind. The oil slick was an accident, I guess. I thought that he was picking that up for a reason, maybe. Trying to set up his own oil slick to do the out of bounds. Oh, he did try it. He tried it.
He's trying it all. If he does get it, then if he does try it again and get it, then this will be very interesting to see. And the out of bounds, it's not really viable to use it in runs. It only saves half a second, and you could, if you mess it up, you actually can void back to the start of the
if you
race.
reach the floor of the out of bounds, you'll teleport back to the start of the lap.
Yeah, that happened to Andy in his race versus Harvey.
Yeah. The place where you can see that happen a lot of the times is Spaceport Alpha, especially if people are just learning a clip, or just learning the out of bounds rather. It's a pretty common mistake to make, to go too low.
Yeah, and you could actually you could actually void back to the start by going too far horizontally or vertically, I think. Yeah. Vertically. I never tried vertically, but you have tried it horizontally.
Alright, well, CoyConrad is about to finish Star City, and he's going to be ahead of Javeliin, and remember that he also has that clip. So unless he fails the clip, looks like he's going to probably take this. And once again, a reminder that when I say he's going to take this, I mean the race with Javeliin. He's not racing against Giz or bluesaint. It's actually 2 separate races. And the reason Giz is playing Pipsy is because he can.
Yes, he promised bluesaint if they got seated together, then he would play Pipsy, and that's actually what happened.
Had to keep his promise.
Yeah. And he is the number one Pipsy hater, so but this is it.
Giz might be able to sub 30. I don't know how long Spaceport Alpha is with Pipsy, but
oh my god, he actually went off.
Okay, for a second I thought he was gonna immediately. Oh, he did it again. Okay, he's got to be doing that on purpose.
Yeah, I think he did that one on purpose. What's that one?
Yeah. Trying to give bluesaint a chance to catch up.
And
CoyConrad's gonna finish. I got distracted and didn't see, but he did. He did get the out of bounds just fine.
Yeah.
Low 29.
Giz hogging all the attention. by being.
I mean, how can you not watch that though? He's also got the music going for him, so you know it's natural to want to watch the stream that has the sound, right?
Has the sound and
Has the sound and the Pipsy.
has the sound and the Pepsi just goofing off like.
And Javeliin finishing with the 29:37.
It's overall a really close race between CoyConrad and Javeliin.
Yeah, that's a very good race. Both times pretty close. Good showing from both of these players. Congrats to CoyConrad, getting a 28 in the first race and a low 29 in the second race. Both significantly better times than the one that he has on the leaderboard. So he's definitely been practicing.
Yes, and yeah, congratulations to CoyConrad for his PB. And
assuming that was a PB and he didn't have like a unlisted better time, but I believe that first race was a PB for him. And Javeliin getting quite decent times considering that he's not going for any clips. I'm excited to see if he does start going for them, what kind of times he can get. He could cut off probably easily a minute from his PB just by doing Hot Top Volcano and Spaceport Alpha.
yeah, it would be very interesting to see Javeliin do some clips. I would love to see how much his time would improve just from clips.
So, just finishing with the 30:52. And yeah, that's Pipsy ATR.
He could have finished a lot earlier if he didn't go for one, but
Yeah, it wasn't just Pipsy. There was quite a bit of
goofing
quite a
around.
bit of messing around also.
It would, but it wouldn't have been funny that way. Oh, we're getting bluesaint's audio now.
We got some PAL gameplay here.
That shield.
That
Yeah,
shield
that-
is nice on lap 2 because a lot of times there's spike balls there.
Yeah, I like that
Although
one
it's a
right
it's a
there.
little bit later in the track for him, I guess.
Yeah. The spike balls in lap 2 and 3 usually right around there.
Yeah, for me it's like lap 2 right at the end of the tunnel, and then lap 3 like at the end.
Yeah, it's they always get you. Like the spike balls will always find a way to get you
Okay.
in this track.
CoyConrad says the second race was actually faster than the first one, so I guess his timer must have been slightly off. But congrats then, 228s back to back. Very impressive showing.
Spaceport Alpha.
All right,
And let's see
man,
how.
that gap between get ready and go, is it just me or is that noticeably longer on PAL? I don't know if it's just in my head. That seemed like a really long delay. Okay, so grabbing the shield, and I feel like maybe he should go for the left shield if he wants to do that. It makes it a lot easier to line up.
And turning a bit too late right there and bonking. It's something, turning there is something you gotta feel out in practice. It's definitely hard to know when you're turning at first.
Very high. I can't believe he didn't hit that.
Yeah, I have barreled into that sign multiple times before. It's very painful when that happens.
Oh, not even doing barrel rolls on that part. That's okay. Oh, don't hit the right side? Okay.
Yes, because you know, this is totally not delayed.
Don't do it. Yeah, obviously, even if he can hear me, it's quite delayed. Does anybody have a clip of Giz getting hit by that ridiculous homing missile in Frosty Village? I want to see that again. That
Oh,
was one of the craziest things I've seen.
Bluesaint went too high and actually got hit on the right side. He did not stay in the middle or low section.
Alright, well, Bluesaint finishing 34-47. I think that's a PB.
Yeah. Unless he,
Unless his
PB...
time on the leaderboard's wrong. Again, it has been frequently wrong in the past, but if it is correct, then that's a PB for him, so...
Yeah, unless he PB'd,
I think he got a 35 in the other race.
yeah,
the first
he did.
race, so...
Unless he PB'd since then this is a new PB for him.
So then we've got a double PB. Well, triple, because CoyConrad PB'd twice.
that is very true. Triple PB for this. It's been a very good race.
Oh, actually, the clip that was in chat was exactly what I was asking for. Okay, let's see. I still can't believe that happened. Thanks for clipping that. Yeah, so congrats to our winners, CoyConrad and Giz. They will be earning points in their group. For those following the tournament, the group stage is almost over. It officially ends on March 25th. And then we'll be starting the bracket with the top two from each group advancing.
Giz wants to do an interview.
Oh, okay.
Right? Let's get him in then.
Yo.
Hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
I won.
Hey, congrats on your win.
Thanks.
Congrats
Hope you
on
guys-
using
Hope you
Pipsy.
guys enjoyed some memes with Tipsy.
Yeah, I think it was a fan favorite run for sure.
I was definitely enjoying myself. Especially the part where you were just going for a swim in Frosty Village.
Oh yeah, showing everyone some alternative strategies there.
Yeah, I took a faster strat there. I found it yesterday.
I couldn't tell the
Yeah.
difference. It's with Pipsy.
Yeah, it was, that was the best strat I have ever seen so far. The fastest strat. I should implement in my ones from now on.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was
Hello.
pretty good.
Hey, CoyConrad.
Yo, Conrad.
Congrats on your win in the double PB.
Thank you.
Mm.
Yeah, I didn't realize when you do the race timer that you actually have to stop the timer with your with whatever button you chose to stop it. And I was like,
Oh,
oh,
if you link it with live split, you mean?
yeah. It'll start it for you, but it won't stop it. So
Yeah, how would it know that
Yeah,
you
it's,
won?
it's just when you finish the timer, yeah.
I just typed .done and I expect the world to know.
Oh. Yeah, it was fun. Like, the thing is, I really, really, really hate Pipsy. So I was like, how can I make this not miserable for me to play?
Yeah.
So I just memed in every level, basically.
Yeah, it's funny. It could have been pretty close between you and the other two. I think if you really tried, it would have been
Yeah.
interesting to see. But it was probably more interesting
Yeah.
to just to just see you mess around.
Yeah,
So-
I know. Like, I did a like a no reset Pipsy run yesterday, just like 2 days ago, or whatever it was. Got like a 27 something.
Yeah.
But-
yeah.
It was so triggering to play as Pipsy because she sucks. So I just wanted to do something. Yeah, spin around in circles and going backwards in Boulder Canyon and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I was still amazed in the Frosty Village. seeing that homing missile hit you somehow.
It was pretty funny because I have never seen that before. Because the thing is, like, you know, I have the music on and I just hear.
Yeah,
like,
you hear
when I
that
hit the
sound.
zipper, I just hear like, and then it's like it becomes more distant for me.
Well, like I hear that sound
And I
all the
just
time,
fly.
but I never
Yeah.
think that it's actually gonna hit.
Yeah, same. Because like the thing is, you can sometimes outrun the homing rocket
Right. Yeah.
when you play with TT, and then it kills like the rocket gets disoriented and like, you know, blows up in the middle of nowhere. So I thought that was going to happen because I knew that it was after me. But then I just like when I was in the tunnel, I was like, bam. I was like, really?
Well, like you made a sharp turn too, so I thought surely the rocket it won't make it, but it did. I guess
Yeah,
Pipsy's
it
just
did.
a little bit slow enough that it worked.
Yeah, it was actually really funny.
Pipsy is so bad that your game wanted to kill Pipsy.
Yeah, basically. But it was fun. But yeah, the first run was okay. Like I memed around a little bit as well, but it was a mid 24, which is
Yeah.
fine.
Very solid. Gives with the, just getting in 24 without even really trying. Yes.
It's I'm going for the sub 2340 now, so you gotta go.
That's
gotta push the limits.
push through the pain.
Yeah. But yeah, impressive by Conrad to PB twice in a row.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm in the 28 club now, and it's
And
pretty
like I was
awesome.
saying, I was pretty impressed with Javelin's gameplay too, considering he's not going for the clips.
Javelin is very, very good.
would
When he
like to
figures out the
see-
clips, he's gonna be so fast.
I mean, like I said, he's gonna drop like nearly a minute off his time just almost instantly when he starts getting those clips.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna actually have to
Interesting.
watch him and gain some knowledge from him, like just using carts and stuff, because he's just so fast without using clips. And gosh, I was actually pretty nervous about this race. I knew it was going to be really close, and on Wednesday.
Like I said, it was an interesting dynamic because of that, because everyone knew that basically like Javelin has to be X amount ahead going into Spaceport Alpha to have a chance. So
Yeah.
it was sort of an interesting dynamic because of that.
Yeah, the first race was really nice. I watched the ending of that run after I was done with mine, and Javelin's like 10 seconds ahead, I think, in the first
Yeah,
race.
he was 10 seconds ahead, which is not enough, but it was. Yeah, it made it interesting though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
10 seconds ahead when he didn't even do a clip. It was very impressive to me.
Yeah, so good race between you two. Sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to watch it because, like I said, he's just so good. When he figures out those clips, his skill is just gonna go through the roof.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Javelin I think Javelin has a lot of potential.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the racers I've been watching, I think I can tell that if they stick with the game, they're gonna get pretty good.
And I think, Javelin is the only runner from Finland.
Is he the only
Yeah.
Finnish runner? I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Dude, Europeans are so good at games.
Let me see. No, you're right. Well, Europeans and people from Quebec.
Quebec. I don't know about that one.
I don't know. Do I trust these fake Canadians?
Yeah. Hashtag Obio.
Seriously though, look at like the top 10, top 20 players. The representation of Canada and Quebec is ridiculous.
Oh yeah, that's right. Suffocation. That's correct. He's actually from Finland as well. He submitted a run like 2 days ago. So you're right, Javelin.
Oh yeah, the only American top runner I can think of is
Tofu and Joe are both pretty good.
yeah.
Pretty good. Yeah, they're really good. They
And
both
then I
have
guess-
mid 24s in ATR.
Yeah, Joe. I haven't seen Joe around, but he's fun to watch.
Yeah.
He's really good.
He's currently grinding Castlevania 4.
I'm American and I suck just like my country.
What do you say
Oh.
about that, Helene?
I guess I'm the third best American in ATR, but it's quite a large gap. I'll get there though.
Yeah, yeah. Only 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, just two. Each minute's just as easy as the last one, right?
Yeah.
All right, what's coming up next on the channel? Is somebody else racing today?
That's a good question.
Let's see.
We actually had there are actually 2 people from Quebec that have 24s in ATR. The other one
Very-
being Free Runner guys.
Free runner guy's the legend who like retired before I even started playing.
Yeah, he's a legend. I lived through his.
Yeah.
His,
He was your rival in like balloon races, right?
yeah. Yeah, that was the real prodigy of DKR, but he quit way too early.
We
He flew too
have.
close to the sun.
Yeah.
Let's see. We have Nicholas versus Yukio at 4 p.m.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Yeah, the two of the runners from my group. I'll have to watch that one.
Next on SG2 is SMB1, they say in chat.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for the commentary. It was really fun. Thank you, Giz, for you know, being yourself, I guess. Also, Giz and I are doing a race. I don't know, when did we decide? Monday?
Yeah, probably somewhere on Monday.
Oh, okay.
So then that'll be our group done for the group stage. But there is a lot more to come in the group stage, and then
Yeah,
even more after that.
Some of these groups looks like they really need to get a move on if they want to finish on time. Not sure about how this is gonna go.
Yeah, I'm trying to schedule something with my people, but like I'm not getting a response.
Well, but anyway, thanks to the runners, putting on a great show as always.
Yeah, it was fun.
Thank you guys for commentating.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna watch it later, I think, to see what you guys say about us. So yeah.
All right. Well, I
Yeah,
guess
thanks.
that's it for now.
Thank you guys, and see you later.
All right, bye.
See ya.
I guess that's it. So I'll see you guys around. Thank you for commentating with me. Hello.
Yeah, it was a fun time. Should do this
Yeah.
again sometime. All right.
Bye.
Thanks everyone for watching, and yeah, like I think there's another race today, right? You said.
Yeah, in 30 minutes.
Oh, just in 30 minutes. Okay, so if you want more DKR, that's coming up soon. But for now, I'm gonna sign off. So I will see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.